Graham Potter's Chelsea was smart and aggressive on and off the ball. First, we are gonna analyze Chelsea's offensive structure. Cucurella played as a center back with Koulibaly and Fofana, while Enzo and Kovacic tried to occupy the space between Dortmund's striker and the midfielders. Therefore, when they received the ball, they had great combinations because Enzo attracted to one midfielder and this created a passing line for Havertz, which Kovacic detected really well. In Dortmund's half, Sterling, Havertz and James created a smart triangle to try to find the third man. When Borussia Dortmund dropped back to their half, it was important the movements of the midfielders and Havertz off the ball because they attracted to their marks and created a space for the wing backs. However, Dortmund created numerical superiority on the flanks. For that reason, James had to switch the attack to the opposite flank with Chilwell. Chelsea was smart to use the width of the field and this surprised Dortmund's defensive structure. As a consequence, Joao, Felix and Sterling are only covered by the center backs. Many times Enzo Fernandez joined the center backs and this moved Cucurella as a midfield. Also Kovacic moved to the right. Therefore Cucurella and Fofana joined the midfielders in the build, the space between the defenders and the midfielders where Joao, Felix and Havertz tried to occupy these spaces. When they were able to connect with these players, it unbalanced Dortmund because one center back had to jump over Havertz and this created a space between Dortmund's center back and fullback where Joao Felix ran. Following, we are gonna analyze Chelsea's defensive structure. They were aggressive off the ball because the three strikers pressed to Dortmund's center backs and midfielder. Also the wing backs pressed to Dortmund's fullbacks. When that pressure didn't work, the strikers tried to press in zone B. But sometimes Dortmund's midfielders were able to break the pressure and try to progress with the ball. Dortmund's strikers dropped back to create passing lines. However, the center backs like Cucurella were aggressive to intercept the ball and start an offensive transition. Havertz ran to the space between the center backs and this created a space for Joao Felix on the left. However, he couldn't score. Sterling's goal started on Chelsea's half with an offensive transition. After a poor pass from Dortmund, Kovacic recovered the ball and played fast with Havertz. As soon as he received the ball, he detected the space on the left wing because Dortmund's right back was out of position. Therefore, Havertz ran on that flank and Chilwell joined him in attack. Dortmund dropped back quickly and this complicated Havertz. Nevertheless, he saw the space where Kovacic was running and with a great flick he assisted Kovacic. Dortmund's players tried everything to stop him, however this freed Chilwell on the left. After a rebound, Chilwell picked up the ball. He played a great cross to the second post where Sterling moved away from his mark by moving backwards. Therefore he only had to overcome one player and scored. As soon as the second half started, Havertz scored from the penalty spot. Since that moment, Dortmund tried to be more offensive. However, Chelsea was smart off the ball because they kept pressing with three players to Dortmund's center backs. They oriented the pressure to the wings and this helped Chelsea to press with 6 players on Dortmund's half, but also to overload the wings and this made difficult for Dortmund to progress to Chelsea's half. Nevertheless, when Borussia Dortmund made substitutions, they put Chelsea on their half. All Chelsea's players are close to their box. They had 4 players to cover the passing lines in the central channels. Enzo Fernandez was between them and the defensive line. This forced Dortmund to play through the wings, but Chelsea created numerical superiority and Dortmund couldn't have many chances. Leave your thoughts about Graham Potter's tactics. Don't forget to subscribe and thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by Mètrica Sports, the fundamental tool for every coach and analyst. Create and manage all your video analysis in one platform. Use coupon NasirSelad at checkout for a 10% discount.